Now, away from that, the multi-year major tariff review public hearing for the 2022-2027 tariff year review was held at the city's conference in conference center in Legon, and the executive secretary for Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, Dr. Ishmael Aka, he explained the essence of the public review and the public hearing on this, on why the regulation actually engages in tariff review. He explained the essence why they need to engage the public to understand exactly what the commission does and why they review the tariff every 5 years. Let's listen to him.
Performance of the utilities against our benchmarks. We're going to look at customer sentiment. I mean, some of the counter proposals they are making. But importantly, the cost of production, the cost of doing business, macroeconomic indicators, PURC's benchmarks, and customers' counter proposals. Everything is possible. The tariff can go up, it can reduce, or it can even be the same. The reason being that a number of things, as I said, goes into the computations. Take the benchmark, for instance. Take ECG. PURC's allowed losses benchmark is 22.6%. Last year's loss for ECG was 29%. So all these are factored into the calculation. Then the tariff comes out. For now, what we are doing is that we are doing, alongside this consultation, we're also doing the analysis. So by May ending, we should get a figure. And when that figure is out, we do what we call formal hearing. We meet all the utilities. Each item, that for instance, if we say you're going to buy a transformer, and we mention a certain amount, we compare that with best price. I mean, if you are the one going to buy, what will be the price? We do all those comparisons. Some of them can be reduced, some of them accepted, some of them rejected. Then, so this forum does to three things. One, it provides a platform for customers to engage the utilities. Most of the time, what you hear is that PURC has come out with a tariff. How they came out with, what they use, what happened, nobody. So this is a forum for customers to at least listen to the utilities, listen to their justifications, and ask very important questions. That's the first thing. The second is that the views of the customers can actually influence the tariff. And the third one is that if it doesn't influence the tariff, it can influence the regulatory process going forward. So some of them are making very prudent suggestions, which we think can help even us to reform how we do our things.
My whole experience with the whole upward increment that you're asking for, I think, judging from the body language of all the participants that came today, it looks like that plea has been shut down. And it boils down to customer service. I mean, it's about service. So you need my money, I also need your service. We meet ourselves halfway. I have stayed in 2 government bungalows by reason of, the work that I do. And then you have a situation where people occupy, so the prior tenant would have left debt because ECG doesn't bring in the, bills for them to pay. And these are responsible people, high, level-headed people who are willing to pay. But somehow you don't get the feedback from their side. In my particular case, I had to eventually write a petition to the PRC. I put on record that PRC gave me a reason to believe that Ghana still can work and still does work. Because they gave me hearing, the EC came in, we agreed on some terms, which among other reasons led to the ECG coming to install a prepaid meter for me. Even though there are other occupants like myself on the same flat, about 11 other colleagues, waiting for a similar service to be extended to them. So while they are on postpaid, I am the only one, because I was the only one who sort of blew their covers and I was the only one who talked about it. So my point is this, that instead of channeling their argument towards increment by reason of the macroeconomic indicators, I think they should rather be focusing more on service orientation. People are willing to pay. I know there are units of Ghana employees, senior colleagues, professors and whatever, they are willing to pay. But they'll frustrate you and then they'll bring what they call it, some rate, some estimate. So somehow I'm not sure who's benefiting from the chaos, but I think we can do better for ourselves. We don't need that adjustment. So my point is this. This is my own personal experience. I cannot speak for other people, but what I realized is that my meter had a debt on. And their position is that they don't deal with me as an individual, they deal with the meter. And so as far as they're concerned, there's a debt, so I should pay. And my point is that it is against natural justice. I just moved in. I showed evidence of the time they investigated me, the opportunity to go and live in. And so if there has been an accumulated debt and you expect me to pay as a new tenant, it's just not fair. And that was the reason why I had to petition the PRC. But mine might just be a microcosm of the bigger picture. There might be other colleagues. As I said, presently I know of colleagues who have done photocopies of their fading receipts from ECG payments. The estimate that they bring, they have been saving them just in case, who knows, one day they may ask to account for it. So there are people who are really aggrieved, very dissatisfied, affectioned by the whole, ECG service outlook. It leaves a lot to